What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it's time to lean in, bitch. We're back for the Real Housewives of Potomac. It's been 2 weeks, child. The last time I saw y'all, I was 31, and now I'm 32. So, what's up, Asia? It's a minimized ladies' night.
Yes,
We've been asking for a ladies' night for a very long time.
finally got
Jasmine can be
one.
here today to complete the whole ladies panel. But they'll be back. He'll be back. She'll be back next week along with Danny for the reunion. Like I said, we missed last week. So how you doing, Asia? I haven't seen you. You even come to homecoming this past
I
week.
know I didn't get to come. I have to work so much. This is why I don't need to be working, so I can go have fun.
See,
But yeah, I
there
had
was a
to
point
work.
where you said you wasn't working. You was like, then you started working. Now you complain about work.
Well, because I bought a Benz, so I have to work. Because my husband's
That's
like,
true.
I'm not paying for that.
That
So
is very true.
I did have to work, and it's funny because most of my work is on the weekends because I do festivals and stuff. So
Oh yeah, because you
I
was here for
had
a
free
festival as
back.
well.
If
That
I
makes
didn't
sense.
if I didn't have my events here in Houston, I was gonna have to go to Vegas for EDC. So there was no way I was gonna make the homecoming. Yeah.
Ah, uh, uh, uh. Well, before we get started, I see that we have people in the chat. I see Keisha King. I'm gonna say Keisha Cole. Keisha King. What's up, Keisha King? David Badon, or if I tell me if I'm saying it right. If I'm not, let me know. And then cocktails with lovely Lisa. Welcome back to the lean. We're gonna talk about Real Housewives of Potomac, mostly the finale. We did not recap last week's episode because I was on vacation for my birthday, as mentioned. So we can talk about a few of those things. And of course, the reunion trailer came about, child. So it's a lot going on. Potomac, as mentioned here, it is going to be 4 parts. And before we get started, of course, don't forget to like this video, go below this video, hit the thumbs up, support us, we support you, and we stay laid in. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Asia,
Doctor.
let's talk about let's talk about the reunion first.
Okay.
What did you think of the trailer?
I thought it was really good for
Okay.
me. The only thing that I was surprised because I was like, oh, I might enjoy Nikki's little part. Like, I didn't think that I was gonna enjoy it, but she is a good host. I said that before. I think it's funny that the little clip they show of Robin being pressed about Wendy's
Board.
board.
No,
You
post the
pay
board.
money for that? Robin, everybody is not broke. Okay. People have money to spare. So
Yeah.
that was funny. I think I'm gonna get annoyed when they start talking about Jamal again past the holy horror. I'm over that.
Yeah. They have shown there was a little clip, like a preview of next week's episode. And I'm like, I'm so tired of hearing about Jamal. I'm so tired of hearing about them pressure. Like at this point, like stop asking this woman about Jamal. Jamal and her do not exist. I think just as much we ready to move on, she ready to move on. She don't
Yes.
keep lying. I mean, in the clip, she was basically lying about when they broke up versus when they were together. It's just getting old to me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And
Somebody said, here go the Robin hate.
I think Robin.
We do not hate. Actually, today, I'm actually going to be defending Robin in some cases, I will say, because there's some shit that happened on this finale that I did not like.
I'm indifferent about Robin. So, but yeah, overall, I think the reunion is gonna be good. I don't know about 4 parts, so I feel like we're gonna get a episode and a half that's a filler.
And I'm just like Beverly Hills right now. Like I have, honestly, 4-part reunions, they have never served a purpose. Like you can do it all.
It was done. The first time it was done on Atlanta.
And we didn't need that because the drama went down in the last one. They could have did 3 parts. They need to stop.
We needed
when they start doing 5 parts, baby, we're gonna lean out. I'm just letting you know right now. Lean out.
I'm gonna have a holiday there. We're gonna have holiday breaks.
Please, because I will not be doing no 5 episode reunion. It's not this serious. Sorry. But like I said, we did not talk about last week's episode. We don't get into it completely. Just like a few things that happened, of course, in last week's episode, which is episode 16. That's where Mia and Ashley had their little spat, and they were talking. In Mia's word, it was Alzheimer's with the T.
Alzheimer's.
But I just love this moment between them two because I like Mia getting Ashley together just because Ashley was blindly trying to support her, or basically in trying to get back at Candace, supporting her for no reason. So I'm glad that Mia let her know that, girl, you're not off limits either.
Yeah.
Ashley, you need to
get
have
this
your own
girl.
damn brain. Stop trying
Yeah.
to go against Candace. You know, like stop it. At this
Yeah.
point, it just made her look crazy. So I loved it. What were your thoughts?
I thought that she cleared it really fast, and I was happy. You know, I do not like Mia at all.
I don't.
But I think Mia is good for the show with her little lion ass, and I'm glad she cleared Ashley. Like somebody's got to do it, and it happened quick.
Yeah.
And it was their little fan base was split because everybody was so anti-Candace that they was going up for Mia and Ashley, so they didn't know on the Twitter, they didn't know who to support.
On the Twitter, everybody was. I will say the Candace fans were definitely like, yes, Mia, because I mean we don't like Mia,
Yeah.
but at the same time we really don't like Ashley. So
we do not. This is not Ashley. This is not Team Ashley over here.
No.
So, yeah, I was very happy that she cleared her, and I was surprised that nobody had all that outrage for Ashley talking about an older man in such a serious topic. I'm like, Alzheimer's? Didn't both Karen's parents die from Alzheimer's?
Yeah.
Alzheimer's. Look, now you got me saying with a T.
They were never. No one ever has the same energy for Ashley. That honestly, maybe it's not that I don't like Ashley. Maybe it's the fact that she's just given so much privilege. And you know what I'm saying? She does. I feel like she does tap into her white woman privilege when it's convenient for her, and of course she's not going to get as much scrutiny and backlash like the other women will, and like she should have. But of course, if that was somebody else, they would have said, "Oh my God, that was so low."
If that was Candace or Wendy,
I'm just like, child. And the thing with that situation, honestly, with that Mia saying that he is older and stuff like that, I'm like, well, girl, honestly, Ashley, your man ain't no younger. He damn near could be having Alzheimer's.
Okay.
Alzheimer's.
Like, girl, I personally was like, that was offensive for real. And
it's really nothing to be joking about, honestly, because like you have like if you're watching Beverly Hills, you have Erica making a mockery of it. And meanwhile, you have Crystal who has family histories with it. And people deal with dementia all the time. It's happening. We talked about it in our group chat. So it's nothing really to be. I'm surprised. Like maybe they'll get her at the reunion, about it. But honestly, I hope Ashley don't slide through like her husband. But then again, she definitely gets the white woman edit, as David said, and I agree. So of course,
do you think that she needs some big black dick, like Mia said?
I think she needs some dick. I don't think she's getting any. And clearly in this episode, which we skipping around, but one of the most cringiest moments in Housewives history was her in that cheap leopard dress. Huh?
I said not in Housewives history.
In Housewives, I have never seen a scene so cringy to see her in that cheap. If you want to be sexy for your man, you know what I'm saying? Somebody need to teach her how to be sexy for her man, because it was awkward.
It's not a sexy cast to begin with,
but she could at least had her hair down. She like a school teacher, or like
she had her house. Like I have a house dress, the dress I wear around the house that I clean in and stuff. That looked like a house dress to me when you wear your hair back like in a ponytail and a bun. And her man don't even want her. Let's talk about that. Like it's very clear to me that she has aged out of Michael's preference because he don't want her.
But you know what's so sad is like he has the nerve. I mean, Ashley, she's not an ugly girl at all, but sir, I mean, I guess they be wanting that money, and if he, getting women in hotels and touching on production's booty, obviously somebody want it. So I don't know. I don't know. Another segment I want to talk about, Rick, before we move to actual episode, was G and Mia. Now, apparently, after the trip, they wanted to go on a they went on like anniversary or vacation, something like that. And the mama was calling like, "Come get your kids."
Yeah,
right. So, with that being said, how do you feel about that? Because I have a lot to talk about, but I want to hear your thoughts first.
I feel like they were taking advantage of her mother. You said Candace saying your mama is gonna make her relapse. All that stuff. You were gone longer than you were supposed to be. This is supposed to be a test. Why are you trying to force your mother to watch your kids? And she said the oldest kid was giving her a hard time over the phone. And you can tell that like her mom is like has her routine with her sister and her sister's kids. Like she knows that she don't know Mia and G kids. She don't know them kids.
Yeah.
So that was selfish in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then she dogged her mom. They sat there and dogged that lady out on TV.
Exactly.
Raggedy as all hell to me. And I felt bad. I just
I
felt bad.
don't like that this is not the first time that she allows G to address her mom. Because the first conversation they had a while back, he sat there and he gave his opinion on stuff. And then this time he's like answering the phone and telling her like, like basically like leave, because he was telling her to leave her alone. Like, we all having a good time. Yeah. And I'm just like, first of all, what black mama has never called their child to say, hey, come get your kids. They're getting on my damn nerves.
Right.
I'm just saying, when I was a kid, my grandma did it all the damn time. My mama always loved being in the club, so I was always in my grandma's house.
I lived for like 2 years.
Right, but I'm just like, I thought it was very it was cringy, and I really felt like this is another example. If her mom was going to relapse, it's going to be because she's dogging her.
Yeah, or she leaving her badass kids with her.
And them kids are bad because in the first episode or two, one of them was when he crying or something like, somebody was one of them
threw a temper tantrum about not having a lollipop or something. And I was like,
them kids are bad. Them kids are bad. So I see why grandma was telling them come get, for one, y'all had already been gone for 2 days. And then, I mean, come on now, she ain't y'all nanny. This is your mother, and this is the first time watching them too. I think y'all need to be a little more reasonable. I need Jeannie to sit his ass out of the place of this family, because that's not going to help their relationship that they just now building. But that's just not good.
I think her mama just don't like her, if I'm being honest.
I don't think that's her mom. I think she asked her to play the role, but that's just me. And I've been saying that for.
Lady was like, I'm ready to get back to my other grandkids that I know in my home.
Right. So that pretty much was what all that happened in the episode. Of course, they got Karen's invitations with the damn butterflies. That's actually like animal cruelty. It really is.
Yes.
Which, if you watch Drag Race, you know. But that brings us to the new episode, which came on yesterday, the finale. So in the finale, of course, is Karen's vow renewal. But before that, you have this sit down between Robin, Juwan, Ashley, and Michael. And Michael, he hasn't filmed with anybody this whole damn season until Juan is there. And I think it's very cringy. Honestly, I keep saying that word, but as the season went on, the season just got very cringy to me in so many ways, that Ashley and Robin sit up there and let this narrative happen between their two husbands. You know what I'm saying? It's not cute to me. You know what I'm saying? It's funny to an extent, but it's at some point, it's like they both allow it. It's like they both know they got something going on and they don't care. Especially Ashley. Ashley probably really don't give a damn. And Robin,
I mean, even when they I suck his dick when they played that clip back, I was like,
yeah.
And he was and Juan was okay with you saying it, but he didn't want to talk about it on TV, and that's why he kept storming out of stuff. And then last week, you supposed to have a romantic evening with your gargoyle looking ass husband, and as soon as you mention Juan, he perks up, but he was looking at you disgusted. What is going on?
It's some untold stories in there. I'm just saying. It's just weird. I just wouldn't sit we skipping around. I get it, but later on you see how Juwan gets all upset about how Robin has him looking or whatever. But what about how you look as it relates to Michael? You're watching the show, you're watching the comments, what people are saying. So why do you continue to feed into that?
He's leaning into this white man. He leaning into it. He flirts. They flirt.
I think it's quite disgusting. And that's why I found it hard to believe that he didn't want to talk to Robin. But before we talk about that scene, what I wanted to say was about at the table, they're talking about what's it called? Candace and Chris. You know what I'm saying? And I think Robin made a valid point. She was saying Michael has an elitist attitude towards them, just in general. And I think he has that towards a lot of people. I mean, just look at his stance on the show. He doesn't really film. He doesn't really come on trips. I think he really feels like, especially the fact that he was in such a bad light, he just looks at the whole cast as blah, but especially Chris and especially especially Candace. What are your thoughts on that?
Candace. And I know why.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's just because of who she is. Like, he thinks she's a black woman that needs to stay in her place. Like, he keeps his half black wife in her place. Like, he does, and he keeps her half black mama in her place. Like, that is where he thinks she needs to be. So to me, that's where I feel like that's where the biggest like gripe comes from, because I can tell that he feels like black women definitely are at the bottom of the totem pole.
Yeah.
And
And Candace is like Candace. So you know how like you know, let's see, you know how like sometimes in the world, black men get white women because they're a little more hush hush.
Yep.
I feel like he looks at Candace as that type of black woman that would not shut up, because Candace is gonna speak up for herself, and Ashley is a little bit more okay, babe, a little bit, a lot more submissive actually. Which I think that kind of eats him up alive. That Candace is not. Plus, they beefing because his issue we find out is really not with Chris. It's really with
Candace. Well, we always do that because he's grabbing booties, and she said something about it, and then she was like, I think when she was saying the stuff about the miscarriages, when he just never got over it.
What you mean? Talking about Candace?
No, when she said something about at them standing up at Monique's rainbow party and they was fake crying and stuff, I think he really just never got over that.
Child, Candace has said so much about Ashley. I'm sure it's way more he cannot get over. I'm still the comment. Where is your income, Roach?
The iconic. Where is your income, Roach? I've been had jobs. I've been had jobs. That is my favorite.
Yeah.
You turning tricks to pay your mama rent. That was the end.
Sheila.
That's not Jesus. Sheila. I like a filthy mouth. That's my problem.
So as far as Robin and One, we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but basically it seems like they're trying to, I don't know, Robin loves to plant a storyline at the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like last year it was, let's get married. Let's get her proposal. This year they're trying to push off having a baby, preferably a girl. And it's seeming like we haven't really seen her film much for One. At the beginning of the season, he was slapping upside the head, telling her to get out of bed and take the kids or do their homework or whatever it was. Now you got him storming off. First of all, like Sammy said, Robin almost lost her damn hand in that damn car today. And I know Sammy said in the group chat, and I was like he was so that was so rude. I can't stand that is just rude.
That is mean.
Rude to me. Huh?
He could have just pulled off instead.
No, that's even first of all, her hand, her leg. Don't pull off on nobody like that. Like that ain't cool. I know Nitty did it before. It took what's that girl name? When she was tapping her window.
Marlo.
Yavana, what's her name?
No, I don't know her name. Oh, maybe it was Yavana. It was either Marlo or Yavana, whoever she was.
Nonetheless, I thought he blew it out of proportion because, for one, like you're on TV, y'all ain't got much going on anyway. The least you can do is talk about your past, and all you gotta do is say, you know what, I may have messed up in the past, but now I'm gonna be there for this new baby. He just kind of just went so far left, and I was just like, it make it seem like, well, dang, you must have not been a great dad or a great man to Robin, because we've heard a lot about. You know what I'm saying? How she's felt about him, like his infidelities, and then him not being present for the first two children. But when he stormed off in the car, he did say, "You didn't really you want to talk about my side, but what about your side?" So I'm like, "Well, dang, what do we not know?"
What's tea? Because I mean, we did see her at the beginning of the season not getting up out the bed. So how long has she been like that? Like. Maybe it wasn't the pandemic. We could. I mean, if she could give us that storyline, she could stay. But I am ready.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't mind. I'm not saying Robin should go. I hate how she plants like this should have been something that happened many episodes ago, so we could have seen more. You know what I'm saying? But we've been seeing her so damn tight to Giselle. It's like I hate how she puts in her storyline at the last minute. It leaves a cliffhanger. When they come back next season, it's not even gonna be brought up. Nope. We ain't heard nothing. This season should have been Robin planning a wedding.
Yes.
But period. Like that's it. But that wasn't.
You could do any wedding planning. You could have picked a date later on, and that could have been the beginning of the next season. That's what Candace did. They
Yeah,
just don't learn from Candace because they hate her so much. But she does it right, if we really being honest.
yeah. I don't know, but I wish them well. She did get her embellished space. She got her hats and stuff. She bought the little storage unit. So
Have you seen a hat out yet? Have you seen anybody wearing one?
nobody but the cast.
Okay, yeah, I've only seen Cass wear them.
I mean, I haven't because I don't live in DC. And
But it's online, baby. So I haven't seen it online. I haven't seen it on nowhere. But all right.
mm, Derek said he would never do Michael like that. He would not. You know, I mean, literally, your wife is talking about something that you did in the past. You storm off, but last year when Michael was doing the most and swinging and rah, rah,
He
rah,
woke him
you
up.
trying to calm him down. What the hell is going on?
That was sexy last year when he
Oh, TKC said not too much on Robin. Ooh, TKC is.
no, we don't talk
Listen,
about Robin. We hold everybody accountable on this show,
well,
TK.
I will say I did not like Robin. I mean, I'm sorry, I did not like what Juan did in this episode. I thought it was very like it made him look because there's a picture floating around of him back in the day, and I was like, oh yeah, he looked like he was cheating down.
Oh
Like
yes, the basketball ones.
the basketball, I was like, oh yeah, he was cheating boots.
Yeah.
So I believe Rob in that capacity. He looked like he was not shit.
And I think he didn't know. I think he hasn't filmed enough to know it's not going negative. But I think in his mind, he thinks it's just gonna go left, and he doesn't film enough to know that it's not going to go left. Yeah. It's gonna be a good combo, but we have to.
It's reality TV. The least you can do is help Robin secure another secure another wine glass.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
That's their business. Maybe he making enough money now coaching, so they really don't need the coin anymore. But they got the house built. I don't know.
That is true.
Maybe he's over it. He just want to go hang out. Who do you think he stormed off to?
So he drove back home to Michael.
He did that drive back.
He drove back. He drove back. He came and got it. Michael died there.
Like that. Like that.
That is crazy. He drove so fast, child. But I mean, he leaves again. So let's get to that part too. So Karen and her event. The venue looked nice from what they showed initially. I figured they're gonna do more to it. I didn't understand the stairs. I didn't understand the going up the stairs to come down the stairs. But the venue was nice, although a lot of the women had something to say about it. I know Candace was shading it and saying, like, basically she compared it to her wedding. And I was like, Candace, girl, don't do that because I know you know what they're gonna say. They're gonna say, well, girl, you didn't pay for your wedding. So,
most people don't. Most daughters don't pay for their wedding.
That's very true. But Karen, this is Karen's wedding vow renewal, so this is a little different.
25
so
years.
I mean, whatever. Plus, Karen likes to think she throws grand events, but they don't really be that grand, to be honest. No. This was nice. I did. It looked very pretty in there.
It did. Look
yeah, it looked very pretty.
They just didn't have to show the outside like that. If they would have just not.
Well, so we saw the outside already when she tried on the dresses. They had already said that it was going to be like you remember Mia threw her shade.
Oh yeah.
Mia threw a little shade this time too. Her and Candace.
Call center. That's what we called it, the call center.
What TKC said, I thought it was Amazon warehouse.
And it's funny because we talked about it. Warehouses, I mean, event spaces here in Houston, a lot of them are warehouse. They don't look like that on the outside. They look a little bit more.
Yeah, it's nothing. I don't think anything wrong with. I can't judge the outside. Now, if it was Giselle's house, I can judge the outside. But
now, if Karen would have got married in that parking lot, it would have been a problem.
Huh?
I said, if Karen would have got married in the parking lot instead, that would have been a problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's an event space. Event spaces are usually the better ones. Honestly, if I'm gonna do an event space, I want it to be something that I can like completely transform it. And I feel like she had a lot of flexibility to do what she wanted to do inside of it. That's the plus of an event space.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there. Everybody is arriving, of course. Ashley was by herself at first. Michael was not there. And so I'm thinking like, well, obviously, if I hadn't seen the preview, I would have thought that he wasn't going to come.
Yeah.
But she got to be tired of looking kind of awkward, showing up to these events by herself.
Yeah.
By herself, never coming. And that's that on that. But I feel like she probably thought he wasn't coming.
Yeah.
But she still showed up. She got to get her check right. And then Giselle gets there, Wendy gets there. I think somebody asked her, did she speak to Giselle? And Wendy was like, did you actually speak to me? I'm like, okay, Wendy's clearly over this damn girl.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, that was Candace who was like, you spoke to Robin, just finish it off and go speak to Giselle.
that was Candace. Okay, I couldn't tell. I didn't know who that was. So yeah, she did say that. I was like, ooh. But basically, they end up sitting at everyone at the same table, and they ask Giselle about somebody that she's dating, and she's like doing this whole like, and I'm just like, okay, girl, you're dating or what? It would behoove you to say you are dating and bring this man on camera so he can get off your back. But you know what she does? She does the same thing
It's
as
none of
like Kenya Moore, somebody who was always in somebody's business. But when you ask them about theirs, it's none of their business. I'm like, girl, you ain't the girl. You ain't the girl you ain't the girl I thought you was. Because by now I would have been like, oh, I got a man, or not even, or this sound.
It's a lie. Let's just be honest. She's lying.
Well, allegedly she is dating somebody. That's what they say.
At the end of the previews, it says she's no longer dating him. She was lying.
Dating that guy or Jamal?
No, the new guy. And it said she wanted to have a hot girl summer instead. She was lying.
Oh, I did see that. Hot girl summer thing. I see Brooke said something about Ashley's dress. Ashley's dress was a little weird, but it's Ashley. I mean,
what does she be wearing? Because I feel like we focus too much on Giselle's attire and not enough on Ashley. Because Ashley, when Candace called her a linebacker and then they show her wide back,
Ashley and Giselle be competing for worst dress. I'm just saying she's like quite tacky. She dresses like, I don't know,
Charlotte Russe. It might be lower than that now.
Yeah, not only was it short, but it was ugly. It was weird. It's getting weird. Ass is shaped like an egg with legs. You know what? She's getting her shape together in the show. If you're watching her, this is random, did y'all like her costume, her Halloween costume? She was Doja Cat.
I don't have anything nice to say.
I thought for a costume, she looked great.
Yes, but I don't think she looks like Doja Cat.
Yeah, I mean, they have similarities.
Yeah.
I didn't think she just really slayed it. I mean, because if I had just saw the picture, yes, but when I saw the video of her like dancing, she needs to stop dancing. That's what's making me really like, it's making her look really like weird. Like,
yes, she's just trying to. I don't want to sound too mean, but it just seemed like she didn't grow up around no black people at all. Like, it seemed like this.
Yeah, I agree. And it's so funny because when you see her mama, you'll be like, she had to have been around all the black people. But Sheila give me the type of mama that want to make sure her kids had the best. So her version of the best is to put them around all whites. So that's probably what she did. That's what Sheila did. Sheila said, "Now you go and you." Oh Lord! Not
you do the
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You could tell because I'm like, girl, what is this dance thing? And then to have Giselle and Robin be the ones that you cling to the most, they
are a tacky trio.
Yes,
they are, like usually in groups you have like one person that just don't quite get it, but they just all tacky.
All three, it's bad, and I'm like, y'all. I don't know. I think people really live for Potomac because Potomac is funny because they are delusional. It's full of a bunch of delusional ladies.
Yeah. Period. Well, they've always been that way. I mean, it started out with season 1 with, Giselle and that wig, and the tag was like, when's the tag like coming out right here?
And then bang,
they over there fighting over who sits at the damn head of the table for a birthday. So they've always been a little delusional. But I do love them. I like them because nobody really feels like or verbally says they're the queen. And I think it keeps all of them are like, somebody can equal like all of them for whatever reason, but they work well as an ensemble cast.
They do work well as an ensemble. The only two people that I could never not see on the show is Giselle and Candace. Like if one of them weren't on the show, it would throw me off.
Even though Karen didn't bring much this season, I would want to see her on the cast still. She's still isn't a good OG unless she decided to leave. I think she should at least stay, but she does not bring much. I will say, she ain't brought much in a while. She gives some good funny reads and confessionals, but she's kind of like she fades a little bit to me.
Somebody said Ray just needs to commit fraud again so she can have a storyline.
Where?
No, that was on Twitter. It wasn't in the
I'm like, where they come in at?
They said Ray needs to commit fraud again so she can have a storyline, has something.
Yeah, she does. She needs something going on because I mean, the word on the curb is that the girls didn't want to come to this renewal. The word on the curb is that they didn't want to come.
You could kind of tell you could tell they kind of pieced it together at the end because this overall just did not seem like a finale.
It didn't seem like a finale. I didn't really enjoy it. It was very blah. And even with the drama we're about to talk about right now, I was just like, no, this ain't finale tease. They could, oh no, it just wasn't giving it to me.
Yeah, I agree.
What was it said? The Jenny storyline, is anyone else tired of her doing the same? Yes.
If you read the book, it says like everybody talks about how she really produces a lot of the scenes. So even though she doesn't put her own stuff out there, she brings everybody else's stuff to the forefront.
Child, that's only gonna work for so long. Because look at Kyle. Look at Kyle and Lisa Vanderpump.
Yeah,
that only works so long. I'm just saying. Yep. But yeah.
You right about that.
Neither here nor there. So at the table, when Michael does arrive, everyone is basically trying to get Michael and Chris to have this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, Michael is just like his wife. I mean, they got to be the same damn person. It's basically telling Chris, you should apologize. You attacked me and blah, blah, blah. Of course, forgetting everything that happened before. Mm-hmm. You know, at this point, the Bassett's are always blamed for whatever they do.
Yeah.
But never for what the hell happened before. Yeah. And clearly it's not just Candace, it's also got to be Chris because he seemed to forget exactly. He walked into that man and tried to cuss him out and was drunk. So I like that everybody kind of
he grabbed his shoulder. That's
he touched him. He did. But I do like that everybody kind of was trying to, even though he was like not budging, because Robin was like, let's not act like you didn't do anything. Yeah. And I'm glad, especially considering that one does like him or whatever. But basically, it comes down to that Michael just doesn't really like Candace. And so, once they don't get anywhere, she kind of walks off and she basically is like, this is the whitest privilege I ever seen. I'm about to go. And I want to hear your take on this because I feel like even though she kind of explained it in the confessional right afterwards, like Twitter and people in general kind of took it the wrong way, I guess, because I mean she does have a white husband. I don't think that's what she necessarily was saying. I think it was the fact that Michael has gotten away with so much stuff on this show, and you know what I'm saying. I think that's what it is. What's your take on it? Because I don't really.
My take is, I use my critical thinking skills, so I look through people's words. Like everybody didn't go to TSU. Everybody wasn't taught right. Everybody wasn't taught how to think and interpret things like we were. So of course they're gonna say whatever she says, and but so they just take what she says and then they kind of Google like a definition. They're like, oh my gosh, that's the worst thing you can ever say. Her husband white. None of that matter. Her having a white husband doesn't negate what Michael Darby does. Like it just doesn't. And what she was saying was true. He has to be paying somebody off or something because nobody, like people just let him do whatever. And he kind of brags about it. He
knows. I mean, this man got away with a whole moment of sexually assaulting someone on production.
3 times. He grabbed Andy's booty. He grabbed Andrew's booty. He grabbed production's booty and somebody and one other person. That's 4 times. It's only 6 seasons. And he didn't grab an ass this season. Like that is a lot of booty grabbing. I'm just saying, like away with every single thing, and that's what she was saying. And if you are offended by somebody stating the color of your skin white, then that's on you, and you have to learn how to think. If you don't think, that's on you. Period. Because she didn't say anything wrong, and to be honest, I don't necessarily. I think she was talking to her husband too, if I'm being honest. Like this some white privilege shit. And I don't want to.
Well, I think it was both. I don't think it was just at that. I mean, because people was like, did Candace forget that she has a white husband? No, I'm pretty sure that with all these issues going on, no. But I think in this scene, the fact that you got Michael Darby over here, like acting like he did nothing wrong, and
Yeah.
like Chris just turned around and just scooted him across the room. No, let's take some stuff back, and I think it applies to that.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, as it relates to Chris, I like Chris. I do wish that he would like side with Candace more, because it's like at some point it's like I get it. You want to be cool. You want to keep everything on the common ground. You want to keep it all whatever. At the same time, your wife clearly has a problem here, so try to support her while also being, what I'm saying? He chooses a side, and personally,
it's not her.
If he was my boyfriend or husband, I would be just as upset, because it's like, no, like if I'm fighting, we fight. Okay,
that's just what I meant. Fuck that. You better have my back, and if you don't have my back in public and cuss me out in private, then we have a whole problem. And that is where I'm like, I'm not really seeing it for Chris Bassett, and I really don't want him to film next season if that's how he's gonna keep acting. And even at the end of the thing, when they're like wrapping up, he was like, "You don't always gotta respond, nigga." Have that conversation. Oh,
right,
nigga, have that conversation when we get home. Don't do that shit on camera, because I'm tired of it. And you can go too. Like, that's how I feel. I'm yours. You are mine. We gang for each other. And you ganging, you trying to be pleasant to this man who has such disdain for me. You playing in my face too.
And the thing is, he has a disdain for your wife. It's not even it's the issue that he has with you is your wife. So it's like, if you got a problem with my wife, we got a bigger problem, because for one, this is a woman. So it don't really. It should be just like how other shows are. It don't matter what the women got going on. We're gonna be good over here, okay? Because just like Chris, just like last year. Think about it. Monique assaulted his damn wife last year, and he was still able to stay somewhat. He wanted to stay cool with other Chris, but it just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like Chris, like I see in the comments, like he just needs to, like I said, if you're gonna be that way, that's fine. Just do that behind closed doors. Don't sit here and make
vibes. He's giving me pick me vibes. Like he doing
it's very much so. Like I want to be cool with everybody. Like you already show Ashley 1-on-1 that you got her. You know what I'm saying? Like we cool. I want to see better. You ain't gotta be sitting here doing it in front of everybody. Like stop.
It made me not like my homegirl's husband. That's all I got to say.
But let me tell you this though. Knowing Chris personally, he ain't even like that. He's the opposite. He's the opposite.
That's what's so crazy. I feel like
in person, he is way more on 10 than Candace, and that's why it's so interesting to see it on TV. It's like this ain't
good pick me. It's giving fake, because why are you acting like this, Chris?
I just feel like it's just weird. He needs to support her more, in my opinion. Sorry,
not more. Period. He needs to support her. Period.
Oh,
or you ain't gonna get no more pussy. Period.
Brooke said all the Potomac husbands are trash. What, Brooke? You don't like none of the husbands?
I'm trying to think. I like Eddie.
You don't like Eddie, Brooke?
I like Eddie. I think for now. Look, he might piss me off too.
Yeah, this is coming right here from David. Ride with your wife, Chris. He definitely loves her. That's not even a question.
Yeah,
but you need to ride with your wife. Don't sit here and add more fuel to the fire that they're already creating about your wife. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's true or not, don't add more to the edit, because it looks like you ain't got her back, regardless of what's behind closed doors. Maybe behind closed doors, check her on the camera. Be ready.
Yeah, like because Chris was loud and wrong with Monique last year. And it didn't matter, because that's his wife. I would expect nothing else from him. He was like, yeah, I wish he didn't get to that point, because I like them. But that was as far as it went. He had his wife's back, and that is what matters.
Wait, you talking about? Honestly, no. Chris rolled with her after the shit went down.
At first,
on the night of, he was very disappointed in her.
Yeah. Actually. Well, yeah, he was. And I think that's normal. My husband would be the same way with me. He was the same way with me when I got into it with somebody. But he ain't say that to them.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah. My man, I'm gonna stick beside him.
TKC said Eddie is sketchy. Now, how you don't like Eddie, but you like Robin? Tell me how you do that. How?
Well, it's probably them 170 booty models that he followed on Instagram.
Oh my God. And then, of course, when she storms off, And then Chris and her talk or whatever. Personally, I saw a lot of comments saying, "Ain't nowhere in the world I would talk to my husband like that." But I mean, at the same time, Chris is not innocent because he kind of gets loud with her as well. And I feel like if you maybe you're not okay with talking to your husband like that, so you're okay with your husband talking to you like that because I mean, she don't just come out yelling. I'm just saying.
He was pulling on her one episode, sitting on her last 2 seasons ago, and yelling at her. Like that's not just Candace. Candace is a responder, even in her relationship, from what I see.
Yeah.
So I love Smash Queen.
I will say they definitely love each other. They definitely made for each other. He just needs to support her, and I don't think she just talking to him crazy out of the blue. I mean, saying "fuck you," blah blah blah. That may not be great, but in the midst of an argument, child, who knows what's gonna come out? That's why when you cool down, you come back together, then you stop.
Like, are you mad at me? Can we go get some ice cream?
Baby, he does treat her like a child, and some people will argue and say that because she is. I don't think that she is. I think that he just kind of, I don't know. That's his way of dealing with her, but it may not be the best way.
Yeah,
it makes her look more like a child when he tries to like grab her and do stuff like that. Just like get your hands off her, first.
Yeah,
you're a white man.
after the fight last season, like any invasion in my personal space is triggering. Get the fuck off me, for real. Like that is a whole another thing of mental health. Like everybody got to stay away from me.
Yeah. And then so Michael gets a hug from Juan. He doesn't want to hug Chris. And
because he like
Juan decides to leave, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
When he said he got to work.
Did he say he had to work? What was it?
Yeah, he was like, I got work.
Yeah, Juan looking real icky. I don't, he ain't even attractive no more now. I'm like,
thank you. Okay, I was about to say that. Like,
he was he's not an ugly man, but as the more I look at him, he's starting to let himself go in a way. Like, it's not even like that he got the little dad bod. He just starting to look a little off.
Yeah, he looked like he don't exfoliate. That's all.
Exfoliate, bathe. I don't know. He just he don't shave.
Yeah,
I just don't really know what's going on with him. But he's not the same one that we loved a couple seasons ago. Yeah. And I hate to say that because I'm not really defending Robin in that case, but I mean it's making him look a little suspect.
Yeah, I'll say he's sussy. Yeah. I stopped liking him this season.
Yeah. And this is like the one season we've seen less of him, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because every time he has been on the camera, he's been talking crazy to Robin, storming off. Mm-hmm. He has not been in the best light, I will say, this season.
He's big mad.
So, and then that's pretty much it. So, of course, they have the ending, and they show those stories. Of course, we already know Candace signed her what they call
her E1 Nashville deal.
Yeah, her deal, and so that is going good because the album already out. And that's pretty much all for the actual episode. Did nothing really else just go on. It didn't really give finalities, in my opinion, but it was okay to watch. And then we have the reunion next week. So I'm gonna go ahead and send the link for a few callers to join. And make sure you go ahead and join because don't be trying to join at the very last minute. Because some of y'all will wait to the last. I'll be like, we about to lean out. Y'all go try to join.
Are you excited about the reunion?
I am. I'm already drained because it's 4 parts. You got, what I'm saying? That just makes me like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's giving filler. Like, they have some good stuff to talk about, but they better do better. Like, I don't know. And Nikki, I don't know about Nikki. I don't know.
I think it's gonna be more of like a kiki hee hee ha ha when she comes on. Like maybe it's gonna be lighter. Well, I heard she went in on people, but I think whatever it is, it's funny.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I wouldn't mind laughing because this Potomac gets dark quick. Mm-hmm. Overall, the season when Candace was being nice, like for the first 10 episodes or whatever, nobody had like anything to say. Everybody was bored. And then Candace turned up and then she's trending every week.
Yeah, She was trending.
She gonna get a pay raise. She's getting a good raise for next season. I already know it. She has to. They can't do the show without her. They have no storylines, nothing to talk about.
Let me. So the first caller is Hey Demisio.
Hey, Cortez. Hey, Angel. Nice to meet you finally. I've met almost everybody, I think, except Lamicia at this point.
So yeah.
What I have, what I have to say is, I'm gonna start off with Robin and one. I just was one just go ahead and say he don't want to get married at this point. Like that's what it's given. That's what it's looking like. It's just like Robin is trying, I feel, but it's just like one is just like checked out the marriage. Felt like you've been checked out seasons ago, and I just wish he could go ahead and say that. It's because it's just like stringing her along at this point. Just because them kids ain't 18 yet, they old enough now. Like, go on here to tell them, like, mommy and daddy just ain't working out, and that's just what it is going on about your business. I feel like Robin needs to go and find somebody that actually wants her and actually gonna take the time. Because one don't care. He cared more about Michael. Honey, you see how he rushed over to his rescue, honey, when they was arguing, child, baby. That was the funniest shit I saw in a long time. So I can't hear. You heard them. You just wanted to go over there and hug Michael. Like, stop it. But and as far as Candace goes, I have been rewatching the old seasons and this season, and I took kind of a turn, and I'm kind of like, because I don't really like Candace like that, Cortez, but I have to agree when it comes to the double standard thing, and I don't blame her. They ought to be glad Candace didn't cuss their ass out last damn night, because that's what I would have did instead of talking about some white police. I would have been like, y'all are ridiculous. First of all, like y'all are full of shit. But it's like I do kind of agree with Michael because him and Candace do have that bad. If you're gonna apologize, just apologize. Like, don't give no excuse. Just say you're sorry and move on. But at the same time, he don't even owe Michael that because Michael's problem is not even with him; it's with Candace. And it's like, how are you having a problem or having a beef, if you want to say, with my damn wife? Like, you're a man. I mean, I get that you may be, like the little SpongeBob meme, but it's just like at the end of the day, this is still a woman. You shouldn't be inciting in no beef. You know what I'm saying with a woman like that. It just don't look good. It just.
I have a question for you before you lean out. Why do you think Candace was quiet yesterday? Like, I mean, on the episode, why do you think she just kind of let it go and didn't cuss him out?
Because I just think she just tired of Michael at this point. I just think she's just over it. Like, and I would be too. It's just like. Me and your wife know what we got going on. Like, we understand the assignment. We know we have to give a good Ashley versus Candace because everybody wants to see it. I mean, we can't sit here and deny it. We do. We love to see a good Ashley versus Candace. I can't even deny.
You know that Demisio actually, I don't know how it's gonna play out next season, but Candace and Ashley are actually in the best place they've been in a long time.
I seen it, and I like it. So it's just. They could get rid of Mia. Now I think they could go. They could let her go and replace her with a scholar. Because it's like, Mia just did entirely way too much. Like,
well, you notice Mia. You follow their social medias, right?
Some of them, yeah. I
so
follow Mia.
Have you really seen Mia with any of the other cast members?
Ever?
No. Now that you said that, no. I ain't even seen her with Karen.
It's quite interesting, huh?
Now that you said it, and before I lean out again, speaking of me watching the old seasons, I was watching season 3, and this will never not be funny to me. When Karen was arguing with Robin when it first aired back then, when they had the tax issues, and she was like, "You all the way by yourself," and Hanover that like took me out. I was like, how did I forget about this argument? I was like, where was I at when this came on? I didn't even remember that they had got into it. And that shit was so funny because I'm just like, Karen just say anything and it's just hilarious. Yes. But that's all I have to say. And what y'all think about Dubai before I get off? What y'all think?
We gotta let you go. We're gonna talk about Dubai separately, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you, lady, to see, okay?
All right. Meet you, Asia.
Nice to meet you too.
Next person. They called in, child. TKC, welcome to the lane.
Hello.
What you got to say?
I thought he'd never stop talking. Anyway.
Wait a minute. Now, we're not going to be rude to our guests now.
Anyway, my bad. I got a fever right now. I'm running the fever, so.
Well, hope you feel better.
Yeah, but you need people on the panel who, like, aren't biased against Robin and Giselle because, like, I love Robin, but I'm not a big Giselle fan. But I understand what she brings to the show, and I understand that she really is like, if Giselle leaves and this show is going down, because she's the only one who brings it. So I think you need more people on the panel who are more, who understand Giselle and Robin a little bit more. That's all I have to say. And plus, and my thing is Robin. I seen that, Asia, and my thing is Robin. It is Juan who's pushing Robin to have a baby. So why is it so bad that she's questioning him like being a absentee parent?
Who said it was bad?
I mean, I'm talking about on Twitter and everything. They was like getting on like, why is it if he's questioning her? I mean, if he wants the baby, okay, it's appropriate to her for her to be like, okay, so this go around, you're not about to be absentee. If you want this child, you're gonna be right here with this child with me.
We agree with you on that one.
Yeah, if I think that if he really was unfaithful to her back then it's only right. I mean, you gotta think about it. Fool me once, fool me twice, child. You fool me again. So I think it's very valid that she's asking, and I think that's what makes it so irritating to watch, because it's like she's not just. It's he feels like he's been attacked. Obviously,
Yeah.
he feels like he's being painted in a bad light. But realistically, if you really was unfaithful, you really wasn't there for your first child. Why is that question? You know what I'm saying? Such a bad question. It's a valid question. And I get it. He probably feels like it's understood, but at the same time, that's just the reality of it. She's probably protecting herself, another baby, especially at that age. No.
Yeah.
Child, he feel like he's painting himself in a bad light when he all hugged up on Michael and stuff. That's disgusting. That was so uncomfortable to watch. He
I
get
agree.
mad at Robin, but all hugging up on Michael, that is so uncomfortable to watch.
It is uncomfortable, but
It
it's romantic. If they was really together, that would be really nice. I mean,
I think I wouldn't sit there and let that be painted as on me.
Story. Yeah.
I would be out there saying, like, making it clear, but you keep doing more and adding
as
to
a
it.
black
Like,
man too, he doing as a black man, he all up on Michael, and he know Michael. And it's weird because I think he know Michael is bi and likes him.
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird. And Robin is just sitting there laughing like that stuff funny. It's not, sweetheart. It don't look. It's not cute.
She's used to like being second fiddle in their relationship. It's apparent.
Not too much of my girl. Okay.
Oh Lord! Now wait a minute.
I mean,
now wait a minute. Now we're gonna have something to say about Robin. We ain't gonna always say nothing nice. Man.
It's gonna be.
No, but y'all.
I don't dislike Robin, but she was definitely weird this season, and I hold everybody accountable.
I understand that, but y'all be going in on Robin and Giselle, and it's like no. And I remember watching a panel you did like like a couple weeks ago, and it was a whole bunch of y'all. Y'all just went in on Robin and Giselle, and I'm like, dang, there's nobody there.
That was when you had the super thing.
There are people. I will say there are people that love Robin just as much as you. I don't know who on the panel honestly likes Robin that much, honestly, but I have an appreciation for her. I'll say that to an extent.
Yeah, and I could take a leave of Giselle. I really just she's just so disgusting to me. I could take a leave her, but I understand her contribution to the show and all that. And anyway, Nicki Minaj, why do they have her like hosting it? Like what's she going through right now? Child. Anyway, that's all I had to say.
Okay.
When I get better,
we appreciate the honesty and leading in TKC, and we're gonna see you next time. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. We're still gonna talk about right now. All right, bye.
All right. Next we have up is Brittany. Hey, Brittany, welcome back to the Lean.
Hey guys, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. So I kind of just wanted to touch on what Asia was saying about, without Candace, there's no show. And I agree with you. And I hate to say this, but like, I liked the show better before season 5. Like, we all know season 5 brought in a different set of viewers. And I feel like the ladies are scared of social media. And like, they're all just, nothing seems authentic anymore. And even though I like Candace, like I really like Candace, she's my favorite. But even though I don't agree with her all the time, what I like about her is her transparency. Like when she's mad, I believe she's actually mad. When she's happy, I believe she's happy. But everybody else, like I loved Wendy last season. I don't even know if she's really mad at Giselle or she's faking it for a storyline. Karen, I don't know where she stands. I feel like she's pandering. Ashley really became like manipulative too after what happened with her in season 4. It felt like now she's on this mom thing to kind of change her image, you know? So it's just, and then Mia, we've seen what she's doing. Like, she's pandering to social media too. So it's kind of like, I just want these ladies to stop being scared and just react how they want to. Like, I just, like, I love that extra shine that they're getting, but at the same time, it's like the show was better when no one really knew about it. You know,
Yeah.
so I mean, I don't know, but Candace definitely is the show. At the very least, I hope she gets a raise because she deserves it. She basically carried the second half of the season because nobody else did anything. So I don't know. We'll see.
Why do you think that she didn't get a seat next to Andy versus Wendy? Because Wendy is sitting next to Andy this reunion.
Yeah, that's I think it's because they want to keep Giselle in that first seat. So because Giselle's biggest feud,
Yeah.
quote unquote, was Wendy, it only makes sense to put Wendy across from her.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like I'm not. I read the book too, like Asia said, and you're right. You know, Giselle is a producer puppet, sort of, but it's like she hasn't had a storyline since season 3. Like I'm
Yeah.
kind of over this antagonist role she's playing because I honestly feel like the ladies would probably get along better if she wasn't there because she
Mm.
just sucks all the fun out of everything by like trying to group off everybody, and that sort of Giselle, Robin, Ashley thing that needs to end too. Like I'm over
Yeah.
that.
I don't like that either.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
And
It's
I
not.
want to like Robin. So to the previous caller, I do like Robin. I just don't like her with Giselle. I actually like her better when
That
she's
is
with
the
Candace.
issue, Brittany. That's the issue. Is that it's like I started out this whole franchise, this city loving Robin at first because she honestly still and was like the most relatable person. I feel like people
Yeah.
can relate to her a lot then, but now over the last 3 seasons between her and Giselle, I would say she just like so far in Giselle's ass, and that's why
Yeah.
like TKC, if you're still watching. I feel as though you don't really like Giselle, but it's just like Robin is that's the issue. That's our downfall. It's Giselle. I
Yeah.
don't know.
And that's the thing. They're not even like entertaining together. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not
They're not.
funny when they're together. Robin's not even in the ish with Giselle. She's kind of just there. You know, she's
Mhm.
not really a part of it either. So it's kind of like they're just not fun together. If they were fun, I could get it, but they're just not. And unfortunately, Robin kind of gets the short end of the stick because it feels
Yeah.
like she doesn't have an opinion,
Right.
which is unfortunate, but it doesn't work for reality TV.
She
Like in
becomes a
real
sidekick.
life,
She becomes a sidekick.
yeah,
If you're gonna be a
exactly.
duo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you like freaking frack, but that was a fun, at least it was enjoyable to watch them.
Right.
Robin and Giselle are like watching paint dry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
Even when Candy and Phaedra got along,
yeah.
they
It
were
was
fun
yeah.
together. Or
Because it
even
was a great
Candace and
dynamic.
Karen.
It was
Yeah.
a good dynamic. You know, Candy was more mellow and Phaedra had the good shade. So it was a good balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
that's just
agree.
what I had to say.
Okay. Well, like we lost Asia, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. But thank you for leading in, and I'm gonna let my last caller get in, and we'll see you next week. Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Asia's back. Girl, what happened to you? Oh, now she upside down. The last caller for today is Miss Lovable Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Hi, darling. How you doing?
Doing good.
Yes, I wanted to. This is what I want to start off with, and
Oh,
we're
God.
gonna start off with the trailer. With the trailer, I'm gonna
Now
tell
wait a
you
minute.
something.
Is it
With
a
the
way with the
trailer,
light right there? Can you move the light
huh?
over? Can you move the light over a little bit? Oh, there you go. You
Okay.
trying to get some light on your head.
Now, yeah, because I'm trying to make sure you see my face.
That's better.
I like to show my beautiful face, honey.
We
Okay.
want to see that face.
Yes, I do, honey. But now this is what I want to say right here. Now with that trailer, when you hear what's her name, Gizzle say,
uh-uh.
well, you should be popped. You should have been popped. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Monique, all that time, then pop you. And you came out to Monique more than Candace did.
That's very true.
I'm for real. I mean, you said more stuff about Monique than Candace did. And that's what I
Everybody
can never
sees that.
understand.
Like
I,
Candace, I mean, Monique was the one who really should have put her hands on Giselle instead of Candace.
thank you. I've been telling people that. And
Yeah.
I've been also been telling people this is my main thing with Monique because I don't mess with her like that no more. Because I believe you know who to mess with, who not to mess with. Okay. But I said when they did that sipping tea and you mama Candace had they back and forth. Candace, I'm not finna do this with you. I'm finna get up and leave. Baby, as soon as she got up and left, shy time. Shy. She said, what about me? Come on, talk to me then. Come on. You been the one to say something, someone say nothing. Girl, Monique got her ass, run her ass like her ass is on fire, honey. Like she had to go sit down for cold water. Okay? You didn't want to get into it with Shy, but you want to get into it with Candace, okay? Over some
Mm-hmm.
little boo, okay? Don't tell me, because you already know Shy gonna bring it to you. And she ain't gonna play with you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I want to say about that. But I'm gonna say I'm like unlike Candace to my girl. Sometimes like the mama situation, I didn't like when she was talking about me a mama.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like that. It's some things Candace say I do not disagree with. And I told Chris this one night on Instagram. He was on Instagram Live. I said I don't agree with it, but I said I am Team Candace Team because I love their relationship. But she was like last night. I said she talking about all the white people. Michael have did a lot of stuff on this show. He put his hand on the Dutch, put his hand on the camera people. Ain't nothing. She and can't and Ashley ain't never got fired. I don't on the show. Another other show. He can't. I mean, Ashley would have been fired. Okay, let's keep this
Yeah.
real. Okay, so and I think now, you know what? Candace ain't finna be friends with no Ashley. You wrote a
Yeah.
dumb letter to this girl, and you knew what you was doing, and you knew you did it out of revenge. Wendy called it out last season when they went on that trip. She called it out. She said, "Oh, you doing this out of revenge toward Candace." And I don't blame Candace. I'm not finna deal with your big forehead ass. You and your damn husband. Okay.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody finna deal with that. Okay, ain't nobody got time for you and your husband. You and your husband wobbling and I don't know how that stuff situated because baby, it's something wrong in that water. Michael talking to about Juwan. I don't know what that is going on. That's freaky to me. Somebody got to explain it to me. If y'all dating or what, you know more about their relationship than anybody do. But you know, I'm gonna leave that alone, because they ain't none of my business. What you let your man do, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So ain't none of my business. I try not to get inside of relationships being between a man and a woman and what they doing. You know what I'm saying?
Let
But
me
only
ask
but
you
you
a
put
question
it on
before I let you
TV.
go, okay, Lisa? Let me
Hmm.
ask you a question. I want to ask you about situation with the white privilege comment. What did you get from that?
Cancer telling the truth. She's telling the truth. And Chris, I don't think he was minding her. I think he was telling her that's because you thinking you don't always have to say it, baby. Okay.
Yeah,
And he
that was
probably
valid.
feeling it too. He
Yeah.
probably said, baby, I know I guess it. And that's one thing I love about Chris. That's one thing I love about Chris. He trying to make her see the other side. Come on, baby. You don't have to react. Like Ashley was at the dinner table. Girl, I'm like Mia, honey. You need to stop worrying about my man over here. You define as your man at home. Because you know he got a boyfriend and a wife. Okay. Did he not tell the girl that? See, that's and not also like one of y'all girls that said in the chat room. He said, one of the girls in the chat, somebody in the chat room had said the reason why she Ashley don't like Candace because Candace brought them receipts about her and cheating.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that in the comment.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
who
and
said
that's
that?
the reason
Brittany
why. You
said
know what I'm saying? But
that.
Gibson, I'm Team Robin too. I'm one thing I don't like. This gonna be my last comment. One thing I do not like about Robin is she always for Giselle, even though Giselle is wrong. Giselle asked was wrong coming at Wendy. She was so dead wrong. It's none of your business. You need to figure out where your man. What you need to go get a man.
Mhm.
Okay, instead of kind of deal with Pastor, because you know I live right around the corner from Pastor Ward. from the church. Yeah, I live
You
Well,
live in
around the
Atlanta?
corner.
she
Yeah,
said she
I
had
live in Atlanta.
Okay.
she
Yeah,
had a dirty boiler
I
room.
live around the corner from the church. That's the pastor Howard preacher. Okay, and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, but you because your girls last week read you from head to toe. They said you are like a vampire. Now that's something she needs to be checking on her darn self. Jizzing it.
Okay. Well, Lisa, I gotta let you go. I
Okay.
appreciate you for leaning in this week, and we're gonna see you either for Beverly Hills or next week. Okay. Okay.
Okay, but you can check
Bye,
me out
Lisa.
tomorrow. You can check me out tomorrow on my YouTube page. I'm
Okay.
coming back
You got a
live.
page too.
Yeah, love cocktails with lovable Lisa.
Okay. Put the
Yeah.
link in the comments. I didn't know that.
Okay, but I can't do it right now because I'm messing up.
If not,
But
I'll
it,
find
yeah, you're
it.
fine. You're fine. But now I'm going back because I know I know you got to go. No, my dog had died, and I took the
Oh.
time off, and I'm coming. I
Oh,
mean,
sorry to
yeah,
hear that.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm
I'm
sorry to
coming
hear that. My
back. I'm
dog over
coming
here acting
back.
a
So
fool. If
we
you
have
want
the
one,
cocktail.
you can have this.
Do not get rid of Navy.
You want this dog? It's a dog right here.
No,
He can have
baby.
it.
I got some fishes. I'm gonna
Okay.
got me some fishes. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night, okay?
Love you too. You have a good
Bye.
night.
Have a good
Bye
night.
bye. Bye bye.
Okay. That pretty much concludes us for tonight. Thank you to all the callers. Thank you, TKC. Thank you, Demisio, Lisa, and Brittany for calling in today and leaning in with us. That concludes everything for the finale. The reunion is next week. It'll be a full panel, not a super lean, honey, but I
No,
believe
thank
that
you.
you'll be seeing all the faces as far as myself, Asia, Danny, and Jasmine. So hopefully somebody give Robin a little hint. Because we don't want nobody to think we don't like Robin, but we don't like Robin with Giselle. So
We just
unfortunately,
didn't like Robin this season. She was just not enough.
okay. Yeah.
But we gave her. We all said we liked her outfit, her reunion look. So we don't be hating on her.
Yeah, she definitely stepped it up. She stepped it up, in my opinion.
It's at the
So
end.
we'll see y'all next week, same time. Y'all have a good rest of y'all Monday. Don't forget to like this video. If you don't like the video, that's fine. You can do that too. I feel like TKC gonna thumbs down us, child. But that's all right. They'll let you know TKC. All right, y'all have a good rest of y'all Monday night.
Good
And
night.
see y'all next week. Good night.
Good night.